kill flows, Nintendo Switch. I'm on some shit that's monumental, magical, artificial intelligence. Jotted down on scribes, the last of a dying breed. They wonder how I survived. Turpentine, turn the tide, go.
What's going on, everyone? This is your boy AshTheMan. What's going on? I'm here bringing the noise, and we are here to talk about Tomodachi game season 1. Oh yeah, we're gonna definitely dive into this review, but before I go ahead and get started, I just want to apologize to you guys about the stream yesterday, because I only streamed for an hour and I really got tired. Previous, I was up from 4:45 a.m. and was just really beat up, from the tiredness. So I ended up deciding to end the stream early due to me, making clunky, mistakes and, going into walls a little bit, because I kind of like was drifted in and out. So with this stream tonight, I am definitely going to be pushing for a longer stream so that you guys can definitely understand that I will be making up for lost time and more time to be given. Let's go. So nevertheless, let's jump into this Tomodachi game review. Now, main character Yudorichi is a high school student who enjoys his day-to-day life with his friends who he cherishes. But an incident at school happened to where the funds for a school trip gone missing, and the people who are in charge of this is Makoto and Shiho. Now Makoto and Shiho was the people that was in charge to make sure that money did nothing happen to it, like keeping it safe. But however, it went missing. So the class, it was all pointing fingers, trying to figure out who took the money. So to everything gets sorted out, they just advised to keep their distance between Makoto and Shiho. But later that day, Yurichi receives a letter and he meets up with his 5 friends, Yurichi, Makoto, Shiho, Yuturi, and Tanji, in which they all received a letter from each other saying that they wanted to meet up and go over various things. I know that supposedly Shiho has sent Yurichi a letter. I guess she wanted to tell him something important, in which she received one for him saying that how he wanted to confess his love or something like that. But however, they was all abducted and took it to an unnamed location, in which they was greeted by Manabu. Now he explains that one of the 5 friends has a debt of 20 million yen, and to pay off the huge amount, all must take part in the Tomodachi game, in which their friendships will be put to the test. Very interesting. But I will say Squid Game did come to mind a little bit, but I'm not gonna say it's a rip-off, because the anime has been been getting published for some time now, so I'm not gonna say that. But do it have some similar value? Yes. But is it just like it or a rip-off? No. No. So let's get more into this plot. So Tomodachi game does involve games that test the levels of friendship, and most cases can lead to betrayal. The way that the game came to be is that one of the 5 friends chose to involve all of them in the game, and there are numerous outcomes when it comes to getting rid of that debt. So involving everybody in these games, meaning that they was trying to get help and get rid of the debt, because they split that debt between them. So with there being 20 million, each of them gets about 4 million a piece, and they got to try to get that down or have it go up depending on how that debt goes on. So to explain it in short, you could gain more debt, or you could earn extra money, or being that you violate some type of rules or outcomes, that debt can increase. So when it comes to it, your decisions on either being selfish or a safe choice, or by just taking more chances than anything, can definitely help you or hurt you. So sounds simple, but it's farthest from the truth, because secrets starts to come to the surface, the image of a person changing. With Yudorichi being the main protagonist, you get to see a series of fish in which you see him excel further than most characters with this distressful event, which to be closed off on, where everything that they think they know about each other gets tested. Man, when I tell you that they get tested, you see a bunch of things happening. So how did that test prove to him? How does this develop a amongst the characters. With this anime being focused on 5 friends and the main protagonist Yoriichi being a spotlight to kind of like see it in his view, everyone shares screen time, which with the turn of events makes the anime more intense. Past events, building of friendships on some secretly and certain information getting revealed. You get to see where the friendships get tested. This is definitely a good character build up. It's one of those kind of character builds up that goes on and on. Like the more secrets you find out, the more certain information that comes to light and makes you more in depth to find out more about these characters. Like what else is they hiding? What else can be proven to justify that? And that's good. That's really, really good. So if you have to ask me, the character development really did it right in this anime, down to where everyone gets screen time, and to see Yoriichi develop his past being a concern for everybody is truly good. I think character development definitely has a high point in this anime. So yeah. Now, what about the quality? Now, Tomodachi does have a few things going for it, but I do believe that the sound quality could have been a lot better for the anime. Like you would think, like the tone of this anime, you will see a lot more depth, you will see a lot more things that could be really, really brutal. But honestly, not really. I mean, yeah, you seen somebody get hit a couple of times. There was an off-screen death that happened, but not really something that you can call like, okay, that's real tragic or anything like that. So by them trying to fit that tone in there, which gave off a more like serious and like, killful, like, sound, it just wasn't fitting. Now, if they could like have something like a little bit more like the intro being like more gambly, like maybe a more serious tone, just not the whole like eerie tone that just makes you feel like somebody's about to get killed. So just wasn't feeling it on that part. Now, as far as visuals these days is kind of hard to mess up unless you're GBID or X-Arms. They found the way to mess it up, but the visuals is good. So for the overall quality for me, it's mixed for it, which I don't hate the quality. Like it, just don't hate it. Not meaning that I love the visuals, but not really a big fan of the sound. So that's just me. So verdict on this. How do I feel about Tomodachi Game Season 1? Now, throughout the seasons, there were some ups and downs when it came to Tomodachi Game. Especially this particular thing, to me, goes much as a down is when it seems like they went into the second game and it's pretty much just right down the truth about, a friend or whatever. And, this kind of thing really took longer than it should, because it just felt like, it was just like revealing. It's just like, they didn't pace that out right. They didn't do it good when it came to like the other games. It just felt like they just, I'm gonna just pour out all these secrets in this particular game, and that's what you gotta go off of. And it's like, nah, I mean, if they could have spread this out a little bit more, added more like things throughout the 3 games that we experienced. Actually, technically it was 4, but the last one is not like really an official game if you watch the anime, so do understand that. Now, with that being said, but outside of that, the anime really does excel with the games really testing their friendship, in which the risk that they would have took to keep their secrets to attention and something someone is trying to protect is one of those animes that you would think would be good, and which it was. I do believe the next season will be better, because with a lot of things being reviewed, even at the way that they was reviewed, now we get to see the results of that. And we get to see what kind of path and a journey that they have planned out for us to kind of see things go the way they should go. So with that being said, what would I rate Tomodachi Game Season 1? Honestly, I would get it an 8.5. I mean, it did pretty good. Again, like the second game really kind of was like, like a down point for me, because the third game was probably the best. The fourth game kind of like went and go, but again, it's not really an official one. And the first game was just an intro. You have to respect that. But 8.5 I think is reasonable. I think it justifies that they really did a good job, and just can't wait for season 2. But other than that, thank you guys for definitely tuning into this review. This is AshTheMan. I'm signing out. And please leave your comment below on what you guys thought about Tomodachi Game Season 1. And don't forget that if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Peace. I'm